What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Fiyah Life Vlogs. It's officially the name. Stamped, signed, sealed, and delivered. This is gonna be vlog 1. Happy New Year. My name is Lily, like the flower, aka Fiyah Lils, on all social media platforms. If you want to follow all the going-ons with this channel, follow Fiyah Life. But you see the title, you see what's going on. Your girl got. I got that rona. I got the Covisha Delta Omicron. Like, Omicron is just like coursing through my body right now, and it has not been fun. Shout out to Vicks. Shout out to teas. Shout out to sanitizer. Shout out to Tylenol. Shout out to sleep. Shout out to all the medicines I've been taking, vitamins. Not a lot of medicines, honestly. I've just been taking Tylenol and rubbing Vicks all over my neck and my chest to help, suppress the cough and all that. But I want to get into, today is December 31st, 2021, 11:44 p.m. It's almost next year. But I wanted to get this video in because today officially marks, I'm gonna say, day 5 for me, or at least the beginning of day 5. So I'm gonna be a little bit all over the place, but basically I got tested on Wednesday because Monday and Tuesday was rough. And then yesterday I got my results as positive. This experience has been unlike any type of cold, flu, sickness, allergies, PMS, menstrual cycle that I've ever experienced in my life. Sorry, I'm gonna stop swaying. All right, let me start with day 1. So day 1 of symptoms, before I even thought that this could possibly be what it was, I want to say after Christmas, like Christmas Day, the 26th, like in the middle of the night. I was up really late. I couldn't really sleep. But I was laying on my parents' couch watching like YouTube videos like normal. And my lower back just started hurting really bad. Part of me was like, oh, I've been up on my feet all day. I was doing some heat press work all Friday night. So maybe it was, just soreness from that. I was sleeping on the floor. So maybe it was just, in my mind was like, oh, I slept wrong, or I'm tired, 37. So I was just thinking it was all that. But it wasn't. The back pain was like worse than what I experience when I'm about to get my period. Like it just felt like a row on my lower back. Like the whole lower back was just like tight and knotted, and like, how else could I describe this? It just felt like really tight. Almost like if you've ever broken a bone and that pain you get when you are in the cold weather after it's healed, and it just feels, I don't know, it hurt. My lower back hurt. I'd recently read that lower back pains was a symptom of, the Omicron. And basically I was just like, oh man, I only get back pains once a month, and even then they're not that bad. They're not this obvious, and I'm pretty like my flow is very on track. Like I know exactly when I'm gonna have it. I just had it like a week and a half ago. So I was like, oh man. Anyway, so kind of ignored it. Next morning was Sunday, the day after Christmas, but the day I started having the back pains. I don't remember any symptoms on Sunday. I'm trying to remember if I was like coughing or anything. Honestly, I feel like I was just, if anything, just like tired. But I also remember I said I was barely sleeping, and we do Christmas at midnight. So I had like 3 nights in a row where I was just like up really late. So I do remember just being really, really tired and like lazy, right? But I'm like, oh, it's a holiday weekend, it's Sunday, you know, whatever. I'm just regular tired. Monday rolls around, I start to have like a little bit of a cough. Oh, actually, Sunday night, I was washing my hands, and now I'm back home at my house. I'm washing my hands, and like all of a sudden, like if you look at my hands now, like you can kind of see the veins, but they're not that dominant. Like even if I press, like it's not that, like it's not that obvious, right? But I was just applying a lot of pressure just now. So I was washing my hands, and I usually use like really hot water, but it was just like lukewarm water, and I just gently like did this, and as I like was flipping my hand to wash the other side, I noticed my veins, like everything was just like super dark purple, bluish, and like everything just kind of like stood out. Like, you know, in like those Marvel movies when you're like, when they get injected, or when they get injected like in their neck, and then just like everything pops out and it's just like all prominent, and just like, you know, like the Hulk, or, you know, Wolverine or whatever. But I was just like, I had never seen my hands turn that purple, and like even my arms, like if you look at my arms, like it's clear, like nothing. You don't really see anything, and it was just like everything was just like prominent, and like that freaked me out. But even then I still wasn't thinking you know, the rona. I was just like, ooh, that was really, 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 really weird. And I couldn't even get the camera to like record it or take a picture, because I was just, my mind was just like shocked at what I just saw. So that was Sunday. Now moving on. So after, you know, the whole hand washing thing, I kind of just like forgot about it, and then went back to bed. And oh, and then I watched Insecure. So my mind was just like somewhere else. My mind was on the show. I'd forgotten about my hands. So I watched Insecure, but I watched it in bed, so I was already like cozy and comfortable. And by then it was already like 11, I think, or maybe 12. Excuse me. So I go to bed, and then that Monday I actually have to go get blood drawn, get my weight checked, and measurements done, and my blood pressure, all that checked, for something else. Like it had nothing to do with COVID, it had nothing to do with anything. It was just like, it's what you do when you sign up for a life insurance plan. But anyway, that's a whole other subject. But they were supposed to come to my house last week. That changed. I ended up having to go to the facility, and everything checked out normal. I felt fine, like nothing out of the ordinary, like felt different about me that day, that morning at least, because my appointment was at noon, I think. This is another thing, like I'll talk about you'll see in my other videos I post, like how foggy my brain has been, because like I said, today is day 5. Officially, at least, maybe even day 6. But Monday, I came back home, and I had blood drawn, and I don't usually do that, you know, I haven't done that in a long time. So I just figured the tiredness was from that. Now that I'm thinking about it, like Monday I was like exhausted. I got back home, showered. Did I even shower? I don't know. I was kind of just like in motion, you know, and like it was still technically a work day. But I had left and did that, and then came home, changed, definitely got back in bed. Oh, yes. So I started coughing, and I remembered, okay, yes, because I was supposed to have dinner with my best friend that evening. It was on the calendar. I had alarms set, all of that, because I didn't want to work through the evening and forget, because it's rare that we like have dinner in the middle of the week, or at least the beginning of the week. I remember now. So I was coughing, and the cough started to progress and get worse, and I was like, maybe this is just, allergies, whatever. But then it just like started getting a little bit more aggressive. So I called her, and I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed because at that point I knew this is more than a cold. Like, I knew, like, there's a good chance that this might be that Rona. So I'm getting ready to call her, and I'm hella annoyed. I'm just like, and she picks up, and I'm like, I need a rain check. I have like an attitude because I'm annoyed at this whole situation. I know there, God willing, there'll be plenty of opportunities for us to kick it, but at this point I was just like, no, this is different. Like, colds don't last this long within me. Sickness doesn't last this long in me. But I also wanted to be safe because I did have a cough. I didn't want to just assume it was allergies. And even if it was just a cold, I didn't want to put her in danger of, being contagious or passing it on to her. So I figured, we'll just, rain check. It's fine. It's fine. I'll move on. I'll be fine. I need to get back in this bed and nurse whatever is happening here and just chill. So at this point, I do remember kind of being in and out of bed. Honestly, the rest of the day is kind of a blur, but it was later that evening. Oh, I had a full-blown appetite because I ate Toulon. See, everything's kind of coming back as I'm talking. Toulon is my favorite Vietnamese restaurant here in San Francisco. Eat it if you can. So that was the other thing. So another part of me was like, I know I have a cough, but I still have my appetite. I can still taste. I can still smell. I am fatigued. And this cough is just like wild aggressive, right? So I'm starving, and I did order Toulon. So I was eating that in bed at night. Well, it wasn't a point in that day where I left this space or anything. So I was just like, I don't know, I have just this weird cough, but I could taste it. Everyone says like they lose their taste, they lose their senses and all that when they have it. So I was still like holding out to like this just being a regular cold, sinus infection, whatever. Oh, one other thing, on Sunday I was playing in the rain, so that is not adding, just adding fuel to the fire. I was playing in the rain. If you go to my Instagram, I was on a Razor scooter, whatever. So I also thought, damn, I was playing in the rain, I got sick. So then so now I'm back to Monday evening, and I'm just like coughing up a storm, like nonstop. It's super dry, and I can't really control it, but it doesn't feel like a regular cough where you are, I have a cold or a flu. Like, it was so weird, because I was still myself, but with a cough. And it didn't feel like that. I don't know. It's just, everything about this has been so weird.